the things, if you do decide that perhaps moving your computing base into a cloud infrastructure, you need to work out which of your services are appropriate for the cloud. So what you've got to remember is your IT estate, typically big organizations might have 10, 20 applications. Some public sector organizations might have 100 or more applications serving their base. You're not going to be able to look at your IT estate in one big homogenized lump, so you need to break it down into chunks. Okay, and those chunks should be something along the lines of an application group, or a group of services which form an application, or a group of applications that perform a service for your user base. Okay, your IT landscape isn't just a big lump of compute power. The real world isn't that simple. So you need to assess and understand which bits of your IT infrastructure are suitable for moving into the cloud and which of them are not. So what you need to do is go through and understand both from a technical point of view and from a service point of view. So one of the big stumbling blocks we see for our customers are legacy apps. Okay, there might be legacy apps they're running on DEC alphas or some old unsupported operating system. Cloud can actually be a good enabler at times to move old operating systems and legacy apps onto a virtualized platform. Sometimes equipment and apps which sit on vendor-specific hardware need to be just left well alone. You need to consider how heavily utilized and transactional systems. You've got to understand that the way the cloud works is that we build systems on platforms which actually share resources. Certain heavily utilized transactional systems will take every single bit of resource that they're given. So if you've got one of those, then perhaps we need to carve that and keep it to one side for the time being. Things like data warehousing, business intelligence platforms, data mining. We need to understand that perhaps the nice big shiny box that you bought, which runs reports and takes an hour to run, if we move them onto a slightly different platform, there could be a service hit on that. So what we don't want to do is spend a load of money transforming our services only to deliver back a worse service for our customer base. So we need to understand what those things are. There's things like P2V. Can we pick up what we've got, run a little test pilot platform, P2V some of our applications, and they run perfectly well as a virtualized platform? So there's some quick wins there. Software licensing issues, again. So some of your application vendors will have a cloud-friendly licensing arrangement. Some of them absolutely won't. So you need to understand some of the implications. There's still software vendors out there who will make you pay for every single socket that's on a shared computing platform, not just for the virtual processor that you use. That could be a big stumbling block. Again, some of the things we might need to consider, the whole centralized cloud computing ethos is about accessing things remotely. Some of your applications, you may still have fat clients, you might have PCs with software installed in the office. There might be a cloud version of your application already, and in order to make that journey from fat client to the cloud, you might actually have to change your delivery model, upgrade to the latest version, change the way in which you do business to allow you to do that. So from that, we need to build up a red, amber, green port. So it's a real clear view. What applications right now, there's no chance of moving into the cloud. Those which we can transition potentially with effort. And those which are quick wins. So this will give us a very, very clear, easy view of what our estate looks like. If we've got an estate with lots and lots of reds and ambers against it, we might be better off just leaving as it is. Cloud technology will move on in the coming years. Tools will be available to transition those awkward services now into a cloud-based environment later on. The best option for you guys if you've got lots of reds and ambers is potentially to stay put. On the other hand, if you've got a lot of greens across your estate, it's a green light to look at the next phase, is to understand what benefits the cloud can give you and whether the move to a cloud type environment stacks up. There's no point in moving all of your kit into a cloud type environment only for it to cost you twice as much money. You need to make sure the business case stacks up.